There are loads more bedtime stories on BBC iPlayer. Just search CBeebies Bedtime Stories.
Hi, I'm Abtaha, and I play cricket as my job. Have you noticed I'm wearing my hijab? It's a beautiful scarf that covers my hair and is part of who I am. I have lots of different ones. Green ones, blue ones, red ones, and this one matches my cricket kit. I'm going to read you a bedtime story all about a little girl who is trying to find out why her grown-ups are all wearing hijabs. It's called Not Now, Noor, and is written by Farhana Islam and is illustrated by Nabila Adani. My Ammu's hijab is not her hair. It's not a towel, and it definitely isn't a hat. She wears it like this, she wears it like that, sometimes like this, and sometimes like that. But never like this, and never like that. Ammu's hijab looks nothing like my Nanu's hijab, and not at all like my Dadu's hijab. It's almost like my Auntie Salma's hijab, and smells exactly like my sister's hijab. Ammu's hijab is beautiful, just like my Ammu. But why do Ammu and Afa and Auntie Salma and Dadu and Nanu wear a hijab? The more I thought, the more I wondered. My head was always full of questions. So I decided to ask the coolest hijabi I know, my Afa. She loved to hear all of my questions, even when it was my millionth one of the day. Is it because you like to hide your snacks and then save the crumbs for later? Or is it so nobody sees your enormous ears? They really are gigantic. But Afa was too busy being cool. Not now, Noor. Go ask somebody else. Perhaps Auntie Salma would tell me. After all, she is the toughest hijabi I know, and the fiercest one too. She's the strictest teacher on the whole entire planet. She knows absolutely everything there is to ever know. Is it so you don't catch nits at school? Or is it because it hides the eyes on the back of your head? Auntie Salma always knows what everybody is up to. But Auntie Salma was too busy being tough. Not now, Noor. Go ask somebody else. So off I marched to find Nanu. She must be able to tell me. Nanu is the most curious hijabi I know. The most secretive and sassiest Nanu on the whole entire planet. Is it because you're a super spy and you have to stay undercover all the time? Or maybe it's because you're a top secret agent, always trying to save the world. But Nanu was too busy being curious. Shh, not now, Noor. Go ask somebody else. Not again. Why would no one answer me? So off I stormed to find Dadu. She had to tell me. Dadu is the quirkiest hijabi I know, and the sleepiest one too. But she's the oldest and wisest and kindest. Is it so you don't have to listen to Dada talk? Or is it so nobody can see when you're having a bad hair day? Which is every day. Then Dadu did something that nobody had done. Come closer, my Noor. I'll tell you all that I know. Woohoo! I jumped. Yeah! And I squealed. Woohoo! And I scrambled towards her. Finally. Back in my day, she began, we used to bathe with it. All of a sudden, there was a noise. With a snort and a snuffle, Dadu was out like a light. My head was all muddled and jumbled and naughty. It was clear that my Dadu had lost the plot. Not now, Dadu, I begged and I pleaded. What was I to do? Who was I to ask? If hijab was so important, why did no one answer back? But at that moment, something suddenly felt right. There was only one person who would know what to say. So I hurried off to find the cleverest hijabi I know, my Ammu. Ammu would have lots of answers, because Ammus always do. Come now, my Noor. I'm so glad you asked. Like all Ammus, she knew what to say. She knew what to do. We're Muslim women, my Noor. Unapologetic and true. We are believers, we are dreamers, we are thinkers, we are leaders. We can wear our hijabs on our heads like our hearts on our sleeves. Whether you choose to or not, my Noor, we are so many things, and we are more than enough. My hijab is not just a scarf. It means more to me. It is a reminder of who I am, where I'm from, and where I'm going to be. And perhaps one day you'll understand what I mean, because most of all, without my hijab, my Noor, I don't feel like me. And there was my answer. Like all Ammus do, my Ammu just knew. And maybe, just maybe, one day I'll wear a hijab too. What a lovely story. To me, my hijab is my identity. It keeps me modest and true to myself. It means the world to me and reminds me of who I am. What was your favourite hijab from the story? I think mine was the sleepy hijab, which reminds me it's bedtime now. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you soon for another bedtime story. Night night.
There are loads more bedtime stories on BBC iPlayer. Just search CBeebies Bedtime Stories.